And we're live.
And like we're gonna be gambling. Like we've got a poker table and we all play poker. They're playing poker right now. Like I just looked at the game to see like what was going on in our little poker game. And one guy's got $550, Dirty's got $890, Scum's got $570 in front of him. This one guy's got $1,200, and one guy's got $1,000.
Has been growing. Like these numbers used to be all sub 300 typically.
This is how I felt when I did our poker games on Twitch, and it started like a couple, like Noah J and Wildcat and myself and a couple other people, Hutch. We just wanted to play a little poker. I don't know how to play poker, and I was learning like $100 buy-ins, and then like 4 sessions later, Mr. Beast is in there throwing $10,000, and I'm like, guys, I'm like, guys, I just don't want to come in here and lose $8,000 to people that play poker every weekend. Like, this is too much.
Mr. Beast was literally playing with Phil Hellmuth a couple weeks ago.
Oh my God,
Mr. Beast or just famous?
Hellmuth said he didn't lose any money. Said Mr. Beast didn't lose money. So,
wow,
you gotta be pretty. Either you play real slow or just like...
I like Mr. Beast. If you would have watched Mr. Beast's videos, and you know him too, I know, but if you would have watched his videos, you might get the idea that he's a silly guy who just sort of lucked into this thing and, you know, wow. But you talk to him off camera, and this is a smart guy running a business, and it's like, oh, it's kind of neat.
And then as
and he's a hard worker.
He is a Bezos of the video community in terms of like how efficient. I'm not saying he's Jeff Bezos, but like how much he's built a fucking like a well-oiled machine over there. Yeah,
I didn't even think about how difficult it is to do some of the stuff he did. Like, forgive me, I'm going to have my numbers all fouled up, but he put like 10 million orbs in somebody's backyard. An orb is a small little gel ball that when you add water to it, it grows. And he's like, how do you buy 10 million orbs? Right? Like you might buy 1,000 of them at Dollar General. Dollar General doesn't have 10 million. All the Dollar Generals in the state, you start going directly to the manufacturer. You start working with shipping companies to bring over a shipping container from China of 10 million orbs. And then you have to arrange for this and that. And suddenly these video ideas have to be planned out months in advance because of the logistics that go behind it. And it's like,
international global trade is what he's
He's literally, Mr. Beast is like, hey, I took control of a shipping lane. And he's like, and here's what I found.
Like this
he's
is the guy
one
who
of
has
the Suez. Evergreen. That was Mr. Beast.
This guy has to understand customs to make his videos. And I'm here thinking he just counts to 1,000 or something. like
a billion, yeah.
Right.
Was it a billion? I can't remember what it was.
I don't know. I think he said subscribe to PewDiePie a ridiculous amount of times. He might have counted to 1 million. He used to do. I saw him sit under a pool under like a big Tupperware thing, like that was over his body. And I think they supplied air, and he was supposed to be under there for 24 hours. But apparently that doesn't work for reasons I don't understand. And he got too sick, but he was under there a long time. Call it 18 hours or something. Oh. Yeah, like
did you see?
Didn't he do a thing with like people were on an island and the last person to leave the island won the island?
It's like the most absurd shit because everybody be like, I'd love to be on there, but then you watch and like the things that it's always like the most dumb shit that I would probably go home and become an alcoholic over. It's like slight technicalities where he's like, hey, you got to kick this ball into the net, but if you cross this line, you're out, and you also can't move. And you're like, well. Okay, and half the people fail on it, and it's just so simple versus like the vast like politics that go into the stay in the circle and the last one wins, where they're like trying to convince each other like, I'll give you 25%, just get out of the circle.
Yeah,
he
that's
last week. One of his videos, he had like 700 SD cards involved with the video.
What?
And that just melts my brain.
700.
How do you keep that organized? All right. So I've had lots of SD cards. I'm sure we've all done something where you like when we go on a paintball trip, right? You might have 3 or 4, like, you know, one on the gun, one on your helmet, another camera here, your buddy recorded this. Now you got like, and then you record over a few days, just 8, 10 cards. Well, it's easy, right?
Right.
Each one you put A for A cam, B for B cam, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy to keep that going. Up to 26 cameras, and who has that many? When you're at 700, what's even the catalog process?
Who's editing that? Who's storing that?
I feel so bad Because it's
insane.
it's like native captured 4K, so the video, so it's like 250 gigs of raw video that the editor is like porting into his like editing station. It sounds like a jet engine's taking off. He's like, time to scrub. Like
you just hit on something. Just getting that information from the cards
onto
the PC, it would take
days.
It would take days for
Weeks.
me with like my basic bitch setup where I've just got like so many ports or whatever, and like a normal like gaming PC. Like just
it would
getting
take
it
days.
over
What
there.
format is the video in? Do they need to process it with
It's probably
those, like,
an
crazy
H.264.
red?
If he,
No.
do you think he shoots with red, or do you think
No.
he shoots with
No.
a
I
more
doubt it.
normal
I
form
doubt it.
factor? I think he. I think
he's
he's.
DSLR.
Yeah,
I
he
get a
probably
kick-
sacrifices that.
I get a kick out of the guys that use really high-end cameras, and I think it's just their hobby. Like,
Yeah,
I'll never get his name right.
MKBHD.
Marquez Brownlee.
No,
Yeah.
he actually.
But he
shoots-
100%. He actually
Yeah.
uses that to the full extent.
He's on
His
YouTube,
videos are so
though.
beautiful.
Yeah,
They're
so what?
beautiful,
That's
but-
the one platform that actually hosts 8K videos in native res.
I am
Is it necessary?
not
No.
sold that
But he's a magician.
that anyone can tell the difference between his 8K video.
It doesn't matter. He's literally he is the preeminent tech YouTuber. For him to like, if anyone's gonna use cutting edge tech to film their shit, I'd rather be him or like Linus Tech Tips or
Linus is the other one who does like really outrageous video capture.
Yeah, but that's his thing.
But it's just the guy standing at a table, talking about computers.
You're
Like,
asking what's the benefit when you're talking about people who's like, that's like going to like somebody who's like my 1200 horsepower Supra. Like, what's the benefit? It doesn't matter. Like, the point is to get it there, right?
But
And just like
I guess
push
what
it.
I'm like, these cameras exist so that people can make movies that will be watched many years from now. These cameras
Right.
exist so that people can film big things and punch in and still get like 4K in that little corner of the scene. Like, these cameras exist for things that are not
These
YouTube
cars
Linus
exist for things that
standing
aren't
at a
taken-
table, talking
who's-
about something that won't be relevant in 9 months, right?
Who's
In 9
driving
months, this
who's driving a
video card-
Bugatti to go to the grocery store? A lot of people, but like
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that it's not like business driven. It's more hobby driven. It's an enthusiast doing it.
for sure. I'm just I agree with you on that. It's not like they're not
It's
doing
not a
it because
necessity.
there's a competitive. That's not a competitive advantage to record in 8K at all. in
But
any
that's
way.
also kind of his brand in
Yeah.
a sense. Like, he's known as the guy who goes above and beyond. So there's some value there too.
I find it interesting when he talks about his, I hope I'm not exaggerating, but like, I think he might have $100,000 camera lens that he uses.
Probably.
And just the thing that like the hard drive for his cameras costs like 15 grand
Yeah.
or something outrageous like that. And the whole setup costs so much money for no benefit. I think he just likes it.
For sure.
But
And he
let's
can
not
afford to
pretend
do
it's
it.
more useful than like a saltwater fish tank.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is. It's just because you want it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking effort. I wouldn't want.
You're a hater, Woody. You're a hater.
am I? I don't try to be. I guess I could kind of come off like one. I think it's neat. I guess for a business, I feel like it should be like, that's not where your passions go, but maybe I'm
If you're
stupid.
making millions of dollars, I almost said billions. If you're making millions of dollars doing it, like, then what's the there's no harm, no foul here,
Let
right?
him
There's
buy
like
his
there's
lens,
no
man.
yeah, there's no victim to Mark Ass Brownlee like buying a 100K lens.
It's a
just-
business expense. He'll survive.
Yeah, write it off on taxes.
Yeah, I am a little more less frugal, I
Practical.
should say, with business expenses. Like, if there's a business
yeah.
thing that needs it, heck, this mic isn't working properly. I think I'm gonna buy another one just so that if this one ever doesn't work, I have a quality spare. Because
But,
I don't
I mean,
want
hey.
one day with a microphone that makes electric noise.